Welcome to Grapple FK, everyone. We are covering Spike, the Alpha Ginger Carlyle against Bill Algeo, Senior Perfecto. What does that mean, Mr. Perfect?
Yep.
Boom! And I didn't do
Sick
Spanish
man.
at uni.
You sick man, Wally.
I am.
Fucking
So
smashing
Spike's record. Sorry?
Fucking smashing it today.
Yeah, I am. I know some Spanish. Uh, Spike's record is wrong there. He's 9-2. Bill Algeo's 13-5. Bill Algeo's got the height advantage and slight reach advantage. Spike's had 2 fights in the UFC. He's 1-1. Bill Algeo's he had a pretty tough debut in the UFC, didn't he, against a very experienced
Ricardo Lamas.
Yeah, very
That's a
tough
very hard debut. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Lamas is quite old, but still that's tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, we know how Spike fights. Spike brings a lot of intensity. He's ridiculously strong. He doesn't always have the best technique. He tends to gas towards the end of the fight because he's just so ferocious in the first and the second round. Bill Algeo is a bit more calculated, I'd say. But I mean, how do you think this will go?
Well, as you said, we know what Spike Carlyle does.
Yeah.
Typically, pull out of the gate, an intense first round.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hit you with shots, take you to the ground, heavy top control, vicious ground and pound. Probably some of the hardest, fastest ground and pound I've ever seen.
He's ridiculously strong.
Yeah, he can muscle his way out of positions on the ground.
Yeah.
Very heavy on top. It's just a very, very difficult first 5 minutes to deal with. There's no kind of particular style he's bringing. It's just kind of grab you.
Madness.
Yeah, it's madness. It's very difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Was Bill Algeo. Now, Bill Algeo is a tricky one. Because what I mean, primarily he likes to strike. He's a big, tall guy. I think he's taller than 5'11". In some places, he's listed as 6 foot. I think he's close.
Yeah, he looks pretty tall.
He's got a fairly long reach. But the thing is, he doesn't use it. Typically, for someone with his frame, you know, they'll be on the outside, popping the jab, throwing leg kicks, throwing high kicks, and that's basically their game.
Yeah.
Bill Algeo will throw the low kicks. He'll throw the occasional head kick, which are nice, slow, but decent. But he'll hardly ever throw a jab. And he seems to just kind of wait for people to come to him. But the problem with that is when they come to him and they engage, Bill Algeo's boxing is really, really bad.
Doesn't counter.
Exactly. And when someone throws a punch at him, he just kind of goes like this, puts his head down, looks at the ground. And of course, how can you counter when you're looking at the ground and your head's down here?
Yeah.
He's not slipping. He's not ducking. He's not doing anything that a boxer that you should be doing when you're up close trading punches. And also, given his arms are pretty long in relation to his opponents, if you're up close in the pocket, that's not what you want to be doing. You know, if you're up close in the pocket, you want short, powerful arms, not these big lanky arms that, you know, it just doesn't really work. So his striking, his kicks. His
dick's massive. Yeah. They should have a stat for dicks. They really should. All right, to the UFC.
They should.
Yeah.
So his dick's massive.
Kicks, let's get past that. Okay.
His kicks are okay, but his boxing is very, very bad. Now, you might be thinking, as I thought, that his debut against Ricardo Lamas, he looked pretty decent.
Yeah, he did. He didn't look bad. He looked
to be giving Ricardo Lamas some difficulties.
Yeah.
But I think it looked like he was giving Ricardo Lamas difficulties because Lamas was giving him too much credit. Because Bill Algeo would come forward, throw some combinations that would invariably miss, or most of the time miss, and then immediately Ricardo Lamas would just back up, walk very quickly backwards, which made it look like Bill Algeo was causing him problems. When in actual fact, I think Ricardo Lamas could have just stand and banged with him.
He is fucking ancient, Lamas. So.
How old is he now? I don't think he's that
30,
old.
38, 39, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty old for featherweight. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, he didn't look bad against him. I think he probably won a round.
Yeah, he definitely won a round.
Yeah. But yeah, I know what you mean. I think he is from a BJJ background, because his style is listed as BJJ, and I've also seen him on the ground in some of his highlights. He looks pretty decent, but I mean, you're more familiar with the BJJ stuff.
You say that, I'm not really. I'm a white belt.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
compared to me, you are.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a black belt, so he knows something.
yeah.
There were quite a few exchanges on the ground with Ricardo Lamas. For the most part, Lamas out grappled him, but it wasn't all complete domination. I think Bill
Isn't
Algier.
Lamas a black belt too?
I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me
Yeah,
because he looked good.
Yeah, I think he's a black belt.
So Bill Algier's definitely got a ground game.
Yeah.
But then so does Spike Carlyle.
Spike Carlyle just seems to. I mean, there is technique there as well, but he seems some of the exchanges with Quarantillo, he just muscled his way out of them.
Yeah,
Just literally muscled his way out. He's just so strong. And that was a close fight. I think Billy outlanded him over the fight, but Spike was giving him serious problems in the first and the second round.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a close fight, and in his first fight, he KO'd the guy. So he's definitely dangerous. The problem with his style is if you can get past the first 7-8 minutes, I mean, it's not even his gas tank. It's just anyone who does that will run out of energy. Anyone who fights like him will eventually run out of energy, unless they have a freak gas tank, because that's just not the way he comes out. It's just ridiculous.
Not sustainable for anyone.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
So Spike Carlyle has a challenge. If he's doing that style, which we think he probably will,
Yeah,
he's got to win the first round. He's got to win the second round. Now, the second round is where it gets a bit dodgy, because as we saw with Billy Quarantillo, that could have gone either way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could have gone either way. Yeah.
And there's another issue. It's not just about winning the first round and winning the second round. He's then got to have enough energy in the third round to avoid it being a 10-8. Because if he wins the first and the second, then he gets absolutely smashed in the third, but still hangs on. And it's a 10-8 round in the third to Bill Algeo. That's a draw.
Yeah. I think he has. I think he would have enough in the tank not to get smashed. Because he didn't get smashed against Quarantillo in the third round. He was still reversing. Quarantillo won the third round, but he was still reversing positions. He was still throwing strikes. He did look like he had less energy, definitely, but I wouldn't say.
Let's talk about that third round, because in terms of strikes, it depends how you're scoring that round. If you're looking purely at strikes, Spike Carlyle landed like 2 strikes or something.
Yeah, Billy won that round.
21 or something.
Yeah.
The judges may see that as a 10-8 round, even if there were times when Spike Carlyle was on top.
Yeah, I don't think it was scored as a 10-8 though. Because 10-8s are normally rounds where you have like multiple knockdowns or something, can't they? Or if you have serious ground control and a lot of ground and pound.
Yeah, true. But
Yeah,
it's something to.
But I know what you mean. It doesn't look good if you're. Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that judges could say, yeah, okay, that's a.
It should be mentioned that Billy Quarantillo is a very good fighter. He's a very well-rounded fighter.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's so, the level of opposition there is different to what Bill Algeo will present, in my opinion.
So, I mean, for me, a lot of this comes down to how they match up on the ground. Because I think we can assume that it's going to go to the ground. And I think we can assume Spike Carlyle can take it to the ground.
Yeah, he probably can.
So, I mean, can Bill Algeo get the upper hand on the ground?
Has he been submitted, the Alpha Ginger? He's never been submitted. Bill Algio's obviously he's only had. Okay, so he lost in the Contender Series as well, and he lost
Yeah.
against Ricardo Lamas. But in the Contender Series, he outstruck the guy significantly. However, he got taken down 3 times.
He landed a lot. Fuck me.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so I think Spike can definitely get this guy down. He's very strong. But I'm just not I'm not sure how good. Probably should have looked into this a bit more, but I'm not sure how good Algeo's BJJ is. But I think Spike is. I mean, Quarantillo had a few submission attempts against him, and he just muscled his way out.
Mm.
So I think Spike's got the strength and the know-how to get out of these submission attempts.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried about Bill Algio's striking output now, because those are some very high numbers.
Yeah. Well, there's no stats here, but we can check here. So he lands 7.8. He also absorbs a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he absorbs a lot. Whereas Spike lands more than, similar. Spike's got less output, but Spike's got more power, I'd say.
The thing is with Spike, he's not he's not the kind of guy who's going to land clean on you. He's just
No,
going to
but
swing
he's
at you.
he's got so much power that he doesn't have to land clean. He's got a lot of round 1 finishes and one in the UFC as well. He's got a lot of round 1, round 2 chokes as well. All right, this is in LFA and in other organizations, and some of it against tin cans, but he has got an early stoppage in the UFC against a decent opponent. So and Algeo does get hit a lot. Absorbs 7.2. His striking defense is 35%. That's quite low. Yeah, so it's I think the question is it's can Bill Algeo get out of the 5, that initial 5 to 8 minutes where Spike is most dangerous? Because I think if Spike, even if he doesn't knock him out or something, if he does some significant damage, I think Bill Algeo will be pretty fucked up for the rest of the fight. But yeah, it is a tough one. It's a tough one because Spike is just he's so wild, man. Like it's very hard to predict what that guy will do.
Yeah, I mean, let's say we go into the 3rd round and Spike Carlyle has won the first 2 rounds. It's probably going to be on the feet. I mean, Bill Algeo can probably win round 3.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
But if there are any moments on the feet in rounds 1 and 2, I don't think Bill Algeo is going to give Spike Carlyle too many problems. Because I think as a kicker, he's going to get crowded. And when you're crowded, you can't kick.
Yeah, exactly.
And as we said, his boxing is so bad. He's not going to hurt Carlyle with his hands.
If anything, Carlyle might land something wild given his defense is so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're Bill Algeo and you're throwing kicks, well, that leaves you vulnerable to the takedown.
Yeah, that too.
And you're doing this.
Yeah.
You're also vulnerable to the takedown. Because it means that you're overwhelmed by the strikes. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tricky one.
It is a tricky one. Getting on to predictions, I am leaning more towards Spike Carlyle. just purely because of he's been more active in 2020. His first fight was a finish, and his second fight against Billy Quarantillo was pretty close. And Billy's a good fighter. I just think he's got the strength, and he's got the wrestling ability, and his striking isn't technical, but he's got power. I think he's got enough to win the fight. Possibly get a finish, but I think more likely a decision win. I think.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, his ground and pound is sick. If he gets into full mount,
he could do serious damage.
He could put him away.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think a decision is more likely. Bill Algeo, if we look at his record, he doesn't tend to get finished, if at all.
Okay. Yeah, let's check his record properly on Topology.
So yeah, he's never been finished. And that's a mentality thing.
I don't think Spike has either. Well, Shane Burgos rear naked choked him, but that was in a he's lost via submission a few times, arm bar, rear naked choke, but he's never been knocked out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. He's never been knocked out.
Yeah, I mean,
he fought a lot of UFC fighters before getting to the UFC.
Bill Algeo.
Yeah.
Oh, Jared Gordon, yeah.
Jared Gordon, Shane Burgos. That's pretty tough, man. Yeah. And Ricardo Lamas for a debut.
Yeah, I'm going to say Spike Carlyle by decision.
Yeah, same here. I think Spike Carlyle was just too strong and too unpredictable for this guy. And I think he's just gonna be all over him the first 2 rounds, possibly finish him, but I think more likely win the fight 2 rounds to 1.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Spike Carlyle 60% of the time should win this fight. I think 60-65.
Okay. Who do you think?
I'm assuming it's favorite.
You think Carlyle's the favorite?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. He is the favorite. What do you think the odds are?
-150, -180 maybe.
-162.
Okay.
Which is an implied probability of 62%.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think 60-65% of the time he wins this fight.
And the odds for Algeo are +125.
+125. I think this is one for the risky come personally. I wouldn't put this in the safe. Actually, no, it could.
Definitely not the safe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I'm thinking. Yeah, no, he's too. Yeah. I do like Spike though. I like it. I like his character. I like this whole thing he's got going on.
I mean,
seems like a good dude too.
For the risky come, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I might put this in the risky come. It's called the risky come for a reason. Yeah, I might put this in the risky.
Yeah, but I think it's maybe too risky. Might be too risky.
Yeah, I think if on another card that was maybe a bit more stacked with with some more well-known fighters, I'd probably stay away from it. But I think given this card, I don't know. I think this is okay for the risky, personally. I think this is okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe check the odds for, if you don't want to put it in the risky, check the odds for what are the odds for it to go to decision, or for Spike Carlyle KO or something, or I don't know, something ridiculous. You never know.
I don't have those odds up yet. But a
You
decision.
remember again? Yeah, it's quite likely to go to decision, though. I think the odds for that will be shit. You remember in the Billy Quarantillo fight when Spike thought the fight was over and he walked off?
Yeah. Well, I think he heard they do a clapping thing 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He thought that was the end of the fight.
And there was like 9 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah. It might not be the sharpest tool in the box.
No, it probably isn't. Nah, dude, to fight like that, you're missing a few screws.
Yeah. Let me look at where he's from.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know.
Like Carlyle wiki. I'm hoping he's from like West Virginia in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah. By way of Glasgow.
He doesn't have a wiki page.
Oh, fair enough. He probably says it here, actually. Wherever he's fighting from, he's probably from there too. Fighting out of, unless he's moved.
Well, it says fighting out of San Diego, California.
Mate.
He does not strike me as a California kid.
Yeah.
I mean, with that tan, no.
Yeah, he must be suffering in the sun, dude.
Yeah. He does not belong in San Diego.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from. He may be from California, fuck knows.
Yeah, all right. So
getting on to official predictions. I've got Spike Carlyle via decision.
Me too.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it really. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more fight picks, and please like, subscribe. We also have an Instagram account, grapplefk_media. Please do join and have a look. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.